Should Gale Weathers die in Scream 7? Let's talk about it.
There are certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to my channel. So, should Gale Weathers die in Scream 7? I thought Gale was going to die in Scream 6. I went into that movie already thinking that because of the fact that we lost Dewey in Scream 5. After Scream 5, I was like, okay, these new creators aren't messing around. I think we're gonna lose a legacy character in every movie going forward. Obviously, that was not the case with Scream 6. And I'm somewhat torn on how I feel about that, because I have said a ton of times on my channel that one of the things that I didn't like so much about Scream 6 was that there were no big deaths, which is something that I hear a lot of people say. Big deaths and emotional deaths are something that you want in a movie, especially in the 6th one in a franchise, a long-running franchise. And with Gale's attack scene, that moment at the end there where she's laying on the floor and Tara and Sam are leaning over her and she says, "Tell Sydney he never got me."
Tell Sydney he never got me.
That to me would have been like the perfect last words for her. It literally made me shed a tear in the theater the first time I saw it. And even now when I rewatch it, it like gets me choked up a little bit. So I do think that those would have been the perfect last words for Gale. Tell Sydney he never got me. But at the same time, if and when Gale dies, I think Sydney should be there for it. You know, these two have so much history together and they've had kind of a roller coaster of a relationship. You know, Sydney punches her in the first movie and in the second movie. And then in Scream 3, they share that awkward hug when they reunite for the first time. And then again in Scream 4, like when Gale shows up at Sydney's book signing. I mean, I love the way Sydney greets her by saying Gale's name. She says it with such like fondness and nostalgia for her old friend. There's still kind of that like hesitation before they hug each other. And then of course in Scream 5, they just really embrace each other after Dewey died. So their relationship has definitely been a roller coaster. To have Sydney there for Gale's death is the only way to do it in my opinion. So that is why I am happy that Gale didn't die in Scream 6. As much as it kind of should have happened, I'm glad it didn't since Sydney wasn't there. And now we get to look forward to seeing Gale in Scream 7. It'll be nice to see Sydney and Gale on screen together again, and hopefully it'll be even more screen time than they had together in Scream 5. Because I am hoping that Scream 7 is a Sydney-focused story. Obviously, we know that she's definitely coming back, Neve Campbell. But we don't have any details yet. Like, who knows? It could still be a smaller role the way Scream 5 was. But a part of me is thinking that it is going to be a bigger role. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But I do unfortunately think Scream 7 is Gale's time to die. As much as it's gonna hurt to see it happen, and I'm definitely gonna be sad and will definitely cry, that is something that you want out of a movie, especially the 7th movie. You want to feel something. If a movie does not make you feel anything, then what is the point? Then we all just wasted 2 hours sitting here feeling nothing. And especially because we don't know what's gonna happen with the future of these movies. For all we know, this could be Neve Campbell's final film. We're so lucky that we got Neve Campbell back for Scream 7, but we see what happened with Scream 6. They didn't pay her enough, she didn't come back. Who knows if they're going to be willing to pay her in the future? Because they could have just been willing to pay her for Scream 7 after all the drama that happened with Melissa. Maybe they're desperate, so that's why they paid her now. So who knows what will happen in the future. We may never see Sydney again after Scream 7. And after Scream 7, they might want to completely reboot the franchise again, which I can definitely see them doing. Scream 8 could be completely all new characters. And I think if you're gonna kill off Gale, now's the time to do it when we know Sydney is going to be there for it. I personally think that Gale should die trying to save Sydney. I just think that would be a great full circle moment. You know, they started out not liking each other in the first movie, and now 30 years later, pretty much, Gale is willing to sacrifice herself for Sydney. She thinks that Sydney deserves her happy ending. And if you think about it, Gale doesn't really have a lot in her life. I mean, she's definitely very successful at her job, but she doesn't have anyone in her life. She had Dewey, and she lost him. She even said in Scream 6 that you can make one person your family. Dewey was her only family. She also says her parents sucked. So Gale has no family, no friends really. Sydney is her only friend. And now that Sydney has a family, she has a husband, she has 2 kids, I could definitely see, oh my god, I'm like getting choked up thinking about it. I could definitely see Gale willing to sacrifice herself for Sydney, especially since Sydney has a family to live for now. Gale doesn't have that. Oh my god, thinking about it now, that's probably what's gonna happen. I'm actually really sad thinking about it, but it's gotta be done. So what do you guys think about all this? Leave a comment down below. Do you think that it's Gale's time to go? Or do you think that she should survive again and go on to Scream 8 potentially? Thanks so much for tuning into another video. Please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future posts, my future Scream theories, or Scream 7 updates. Any updates that we get, I will be posting here on this channel. Also, please go subscribe to my second YouTube channel. I'm not super active over there, but I am trying to grow some more. And I did just post a video the other day. Please also go follow me over on other social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, where I post some more Scream content. And you can also become an exclusive channel member here if you're interested. You can find the join button on my channel or at the bottom of this video, and the link to join will also be in the description. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.